Big game on the tabletop today as we approach the end of Great Teams of the Past, season number 4. This is the final game of week number 7. It's the last of a 4-game series between the 1953 New York Yankees and the 1954 Cleveland Indians. After today, all 8 teams will have played 28 games of their 32-game season. Just one 4-game series will remain for each team. And as you look at the standings, the Yankees still in first place, a game and a half lead over the Milwaukee Braves. So with a win today, they'll be 2 up with 4 to play. With a loss, the Braves will be within a game. The Dodgers and Giants will be within 2 games, still with a chance. Indians hoping to avoid last place. They are at 10-17, 8 games back of the Yankees, obviously well eliminated along with the rest of the teams at the bottom. But they'll be looking to play spoiler here today. Yankees 18-9. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. They've been consistently good throughout this entire season. They're looking for their second straight victory. They won season 3, at least the 1937 Yankees did. The Indians, also a previous winner, they won season number 2. That was the 1920 Indians. And these 1954 Indians, 10-17 record, 4-6 in their last 10. Yankees have won despite having not really hitting the ball all that well. A 219 team average ranks them 7th in the league. They are averaging 3.8 runs per game, ranking them 4th in the league. Good pitching, though. 3.22 team ERA ranks them 3rd out of 8 teams. The Indians, a 230 team average, ranking them 5th. Just 3.4 runs per game, tied for 6th. And a very good pitching staff of 3.02 team ERA, 2nd in the league. Heading back to the standings here for a moment. So we look at what has happened here in week number 7. The Phillies, 3 out of 4 from the White Sox to get out of last place and currently drop the White Sox into last. The Braves, they won the first 3 games in their series against the Pirates, could not pull off the sweep. Pirates won game 4, so Braves 3 out of 4 there to stay close to the Yankees. The Dodgers, they won their first 2 against the Giants and looked to still be in the running. We kind of said before that Dodgers-Giants series that somebody needed to win to really give themselves a chance at the title. Well, the Dodgers won the first 2 and looked to be on their way, but the Giants came back and won the next 2, so they ended up splitting. Now they're both 16-12, and they'll be, at best, 2 games back with 4 to play. Tough place to be in. Yankees and Indians. Yankees have won 2 of the first 3 in this series. Yankees won game 1 5-4. Cleveland actually led 4-1 after 6 innings, but the Yankees rallied, tied the game at 4 in the 7th, and then Gil McDougald led off the bottom of the 8th with a solo home run. Turned out to be the game winner. Game 2, it took a shutout to beat the Yankees. An early win, tossed a 5-hit shutout. Indians won that one 2-0. Vic Wertz had an RBI single in the first. Jim Hegan had a sacrifice fly in the 9th. Yankees turned the tables in game 3, and they pitched a 2-0 shutout. It was Johnny Zane throwing the 4-hitter, and Hank Bauer had a home run in the 4th. Gil McDougald had an RBI single in the 5th for the Yankees' 2 runs. So Yankees looking to win this series and give themselves a 2-game lead over the Braves with 4 to play. Should be a good matchup, evenly matched on the mound here today. So we will see what happens. Let's go ahead and meet the starting lineups. First for the visiting Yankees. Gil McDougald will lead off and play third base. Joe Collins is the first baseman. Hank Bauer is in right field. Mickey Mantle bats cleanup and plays center field. Gene Woodling's in left. Yogi Berra is the catcher. Billy Martin plays second base. Phil Rizzuto's the shortstop. And on the mound for the Yankees, it's Vic Raschi. 13-6, a 3.33 ERA in 1953. And hasn't pitched all that well here in season 4. He is 2-4 in 6 starts with a 5.20 earned run average. Last start against the Pirates, he took the loss. He went 6 innings, gave up 7 hits and 5 runs. For the home team, the Cleveland Indians leading off and playing left field, it's Al Smith. Second baseman, Bobby Avila. Center field, it's Larry Doby. Third baseman in cleanup, Al Rosen. First baseman's Vic Wertz. In right field, it's Dave Philly. Shortstop is George Strickland. Behind the plate, Jim Hegan. And the starter today for the Indians, Art Houtteman. Houtteman, 15-7, a 3.35 ERA in 1954. And Houtteman actually has the worst ERA on the Indian staff, but it's 4.50. He is 3-2 through 6 starts. His last start against Brooklyn took the no decision, 6 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs. So actually, Raschi and Houtteman, exact same line in their most previous starts, 6 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs. So there's where we are. 53 Yankees, they won 99 games. They won the World Series over the Brooklyn Dodgers for their 5th consecutive World Series win. A year later, the 1954 Cleveland Indians, they put an end to the Yankees' 5-game World Series win streak by winning the American League. Indians won 111 games that year, but lost in the World Series to the New York Giants. So, those are the teams. We've talked about the stakes. Let's play ball. Yankees lead off in the top of the first. It's Gil McDougald. Mentioned he's had a couple big hits here in this series. He is hitting .257 on the season, 2 home runs. So McDougald to lead off against Houtteman. 34 is a 31. That's a fly ball to center field. And Larry Doby makes the catch. And that's the first out. We are underway. Here's Joe Collins. Collins adding a team worst 156. Struggling in this series, just 1 for 12. 36 is a 14. He will draw a walk. Hank Bauer comes to the plate, and Bauer's had a good season. He is batting .301. He has 4 home runs on the season, leads the league with 6 triples. 31 is a 9. Houtteman is a rated 12. He's a right-hander. Bauer's -3, so 15 on a 9 is going to be a base hit up the middle. Joe Collins will stop at second, and the Yankees have runners on first and second with 1 out. That'll bring to the plate the Yankees' top hitter, Mickey Mantle, just a point better than Hank Bauer coming into today's game. In fact, I guess now with that hit, Bauer probably has taken over the team lead, but Mantle comes in with a .302 average. He's got 4 home runs on the season, 4 for 12 in this series. So Houtteman's pitch, 31's a 9. 12 is righty, -1 is 13. 13 on a 9. And that is going to be a little dribbler toward third base. Al Rosen charges in. Can he make the play at first? No, Mantle beats it out for an infield single. And so now the bases are loaded with 1 out for Gene Woodling. Yankees looking to do some damage here early. Woodling's batting just .182. Couple home runs, has driven in 11 on the season. Bases loaded, 1 out. We're in the first inning, so Cleveland will play deep, go for a double play. 42 is a 14, but Houtteman has the Z, so ball 1, ball 2. 61's a 24. That could be good for the Indians. Strickland has a rating of 8. The second roll is a 52. But oh no, that is going to drop him into fielding 3. And so it is a ground ball to short Strickland. He flips it to Avila, gets the force out at second, throw on to first, not in time. Woodland beats it out, and a run scores. The Yankees lead 1-0 because they could not turn the double play. RBI fielder's choice for Woodling. Yankees lead 1-0. Now there are runners on first and third with 2 outs for Yogi Berra. Berra's batting .208. He's had 1 home run this season. 44 is a 7. And let's see. 12 righty. Berra's no change. So 12 on a 7 is just barely. It's hit to the gap between third and the shortstop, and it makes it through to left field for a hit. Hal Bauer scores the second run of the game. Gene Woodling stops at second. Yogi Berra has an RBI single, 2-0 Yankees here in the first inning. First and second, 2 outs. Here's Billy Martin. Martin's batting .253, 1 home run, 13 runs batted in. 35's a 36. Could be a wild pitch. Houtteman is a wild pitch 1. And yes, it's in the dirt, gets away from Hegan. Each batter moves up a base on the wild pitch, and now there are runners on second and third with 2 outs for Billy Martin. 42's a 22. This will involve the catcher. Hegan's a 9. Second roll's a 43. They'll be fielding 1. So this is just going to be popped up right side, and the first baseman, Vic Wertz, will make the catch for the third out. Yankees score 2 in the top of the first, taking another step toward a league title. Al Smith will lead things off for the Indians. Smith, really the only player who has hit well in this series for the Indians. Among the starters for the Indians, only 2 players have 2 or more hits in the first 3 games of this series. Al Smith, 5 for 10 with a home run, and he is hitting a team best .296 this season. So Raschi's first pitch to Al Smith. 64 is a 14, and Raschi will walk Al Smith. There's Bobby Avila. He's batting .256, 1 home run, 12 runs batted in, looking for his first hit of the series. 65's a 35, and that is hit straight up in the air and drifting backwards. It's going to stay in the park, and that will be caught in foul territory by Yogi Berra for the first out. That brings up Larry Doby. Doby's batting .250, 5 home runs, 18 runs batted in. 15's an 8. Raschi is rated 11. Doby -1, so 12 on an 8 is going to be hit into left field. It'll fall in for a base hit. Al Smith will stop at second base. First and second, 1 out. And here's Al Rosen. Rosen's batting .271, but he has a team best, and he is up among the league leaders with 8 home runs in his 27 games. But he is looking for his first hit of the series. He is in a bit of a slump. Can he get things going here? No, that 12 is a 25, and that is a ground ball to the second baseman, Billy Martin. Throws it to Rizzuto at second, on to first. Double play. And that will end the inning. 2-0 Yankees after 1. So Rizzuto lead off the top of the second for the Yanks. Rizzuto's batting .176. 32's a 26. Ground ball right side, fielded by Avila. Throws to Wertz at first. 1 out. Here's the pitcher, Vic Raschi. Raschi is 0 for 12 at the plate this season. At 32's a 26. Another ground ball to Avila. And again, he throws out the batter. 2 away. To the top of the order, Gil McDougald, who is 0 for 1. 26 is a 29. Hit back to the pitcher. Houtteman knocks it down, picks it up, tosses over to first. And after a rough first inning, Art Houtteman comes back with a 1-2-3 second inning. Bottom 2 for the Indians. Vic Wertz will lead off. Wertz is batting .208 with a couple of home runs this season. 45 is a 14. He will lead off with a walk. Here's Dave Philly. Philly's batting 198. One home run. 12's a 25, and you know what that means. Another infield grounder taken by Martin to Rizzuto to Collins. Another double play. So, 2 outs, nobody on. Here's George Strickland. Strickland, sadly, one of the worst hitters in the league at this point. He's hitting just 128 after 27 games. He is 0 for 9 in this series. Hit just 213 in 1954, so that's understandable. Another 12, another 25, another ground ball to Billy Martin. He throws over to first. That ends the second inning. 2-0 Yankees going to the top of the third. Joe Collins will lead off. He walked his first time up. 24 is a 13. Houtteman strikes out Collins. Hank Bauer, he singled his first time up. This time, though, 36-33, pops it up, middle infield, taken by the second baseman, Avila, 2 outs. Mickey Charles Mantle, Muscles, his nickname on this card. And he comes up, nobody on, 2 outs. Singled his first time up, and he will, that 33 is a 6. Let's see. Does Houtteman have any modifiers? He does not. So that will be blasted into the right center field gap. It will roll to the wall. Mickey Mantle will walk into second with a 2-out double. Mantle with his second hit of the day. The Yankees now have 4. Okay, Gene Woodling. He drove in a run in the first inning on a fielder's choice. It pitched to him 43-29, ground ball right side, fielded by Wirtz. Tosses it to Houtteman, covering first base, and they get the third out. So Mantle doubles, but nothing comes of it. We go to the bottom of the third. Indians still trailing by 2. Jim Hegan will lead off. Hegan is hitting 242. He's got 2 home runs this season. He's one of the only 2 players of the Indians with 2 hits in this series, or at least began the game with 2 hits, 2 for 10 in this series. Won't get one here. 46 is a 30, and that's a fly ball to left, caught by Gene Woodling for the first out. Here's the pitcher, Art Houtteman. He has 2 hits in 12 at-bats this season, 167 average. Ooh, looked like that was going to be a 66 for a second. It is not. It is a 61, which is a 27. And that is a bouncer left side, taken by the third baseman, McDougald. Throws over to first in time for the second out. Top of the order for the Indians, Al Smith, team's top hitter, walked his first time up. 35 is a 14. Raschi walks Smith for the second time. 2-out base runner for Cleveland here in the third. Bobby Avila, who is 0 for 1. 56 is a 34. There's a Y. Raschi strikes out Avila to end the inning. On to the fourth, still 2-0 Yankees. The last 2 games in this series ended with 2-0 scores. Could we have a third? Cleveland won game 2, 2-0. New York won game 3, 2-0. And here we are, 2-0 Yankees going to the top of the fourth. Yogi Berra will lead off. He had a single his first time up, drove in the game's second run. Yogi Berra finished second in the American League MVP voting in 1953. With an 11, will roll on his second column. 27 home runs in 1953. 24 is a 6, and Berra puts one over Dave Philly's head in right field. It's off the wall, and Yogi Berra will make his way to second base with a double. So, nobody out. Runner on second for Billy Martin, who is 0 for 1. 65 is a 35. Popped up in foul territory on the left side, and that will stay playable. Al Rosen makes the catch for the first out. It's Phil Rizzuto. Rizzuto finished 6th in the American League voting in 1953. Can he bring Berra home? 21 is a 31. Fly ball to center field. Larry Doby tracks it down, makes the catch, 2 outs. Here's Vic Raschi. Can he help himself? No, 52 is a 27. And that is a ground ball to the third baseman. Rosen throws over to first to end the inning. Still 2-0 Yankees as we go to the bottom of the fourth. 3, 4, 5 hitters coming in for Cleveland. Here's Larry Doby. He's got the Indians' only hit of the game so far. Not this time. 16's a 28. Grounder to the shortstop Rizzuto. 1 away. It's Al Rosen, who is 0 for 1. 33 is a 6, and Rosen blasts one into left center field to the base of the wall. Mantle chases it down, throws it back in the infield, but not before Rosen marches into second base with a double. Runner in scoring position for the Indians with 1 out. This is Vic Wertz, who walked his first time up. 21 is a 30 routine fly ball to left field, caught by Gene Woodling for the second out. They're going to be up to Dave Philly, 0 for 1 today. 53 is a 16. This will involve the center fielder Mantle, who has a rating of 2. Second roll, though, was a 14, which ought to be good for him. And it's a low sinking ball hit into center field. Can Mantle get to it? Yes, he makes a sliding catch to end the inning. Nothing for it. The Indians through 4. 2-0 Yankees as we go to the 5th. Top of the order for the Yanks, Gil McDougall comes to the plate for the third time. He is 0 for 2. 22 is a 7, and he smashes one through the left side into left field for a single. 6th hit for the Yankees. Joe Collins has walked and struck out. 15's an 8. Houtteman's a 12. +1 for Collins drops him to an 11. 11 on an 8 is going to be hit into left. It will fall in for a hit. Collins to first. McDougall advances to second. First and second, nobody out, and the Yankees' top hitters coming to the plate, starting with Hank Bauer, 1 for 2 today. Started the day with a 3.01 average. Pitch to Bauer. 41 is a 28. This will involve the shortstop, Strickland. He's got an 8 rating. The second roll's a 14, so fielding 1. So hit up the middle. Strickland gets to it, flips it to APBA, throw on to first, and that's a double play. But McDougall advances to third base, and the inning's not over yet. So runner on third, 2 outs for Mickey Mantle. Mantle's already 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Houtteman's pitch to Mantle. And he pitches around Mantle, doesn't give him anything to hit with first base open. Mantle walks. That brings up Gene Woodling, who is 0 for 2, and has driven in a run. Woodling, 11 runs batted in on the season. Can he get one here? 15 is an 8. 12. It's going to stay at 12. 12 on an 8. And Woodling puts one through the hole on the right side. It's into right field for a base hit. Gil McDougall will score. Mickey Mantle will go from first to third, and the Yankees lead 3-0 here in the 5th. Woodling with his second RBI of the day. So, still 2 outs, still runner on first and third for Yogi Berra. And Berra also 2 for 2, single and a double. Berra has already driven in a run today. 13 runs batted in on the season. Can he get one here with 2 outs? 66. And Berra with a drive to right. And Dave Philly watches it over his head, over the wall. It is gone. 3-run home run for Yogi Berra. His second home run of the season. 3-run home run, 6-0 Yankees here in the fifth. Berra with 4 RBIs on the day. Well, the Yankees look to be in good shape here and might just take a 2-game lead with 4 games left in the season. So the way things are going. 2 outs, top of the fifth. Here is Billy Martin, who is 0 for 2. 35 is a 36. We'll go to the rare play chart. 16 out of 36, just going to be ball 1. 15 is an 8. Houtteman's a 12. Martin's -2. So 14 on an 8. Pushed it from hit to out territory. And that's a fly ball to left, caught by Al Smith for the third out. But the Yankees score 4 runs, a Woodling RBI single, a Berra 3-run homer. 6-0 as we go to the bottom of the fifth. 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up for the Indians. George Strickland, who is 0 for 1. 46 is a 13. Raschi strikes out Strickland. Jim Hegan's 0 for 1. 31's a 14. Raschi walks Hegan. So Raschi's only given up 2 hits to this point, but he has walked at least 3 batters, I think. Nope, that was his 4th walk of the game. We are to the pitcher spot, and Art Houtteman has given up 6 runs and 9 hits in 5 innings. So Cleveland's bullpen ought to be in good shape, I think. Yeah, they've got most everybody available, so they've got a good pen. So Houtteman's day is done. I'm going to send a pinch hitter up with 1 out and a runner on first. And will be Bill Glenn, who will pinch hit. 251 hitter in 1954, and so far this season, Bill Glenn, yikes, 1 for 10 as a pinch hitter. So 1 out, 1 on, pitch to Glenn. 24 is a 13. Raschi strikes out Glenn for the second out. Top of the order for Cleveland. Al Smith has walked twice. Team's top hitter with a 296 average. He's 5 for 10 in this series. Can he keep the 5th inning alive? Might. 44 is an 8. Raschi's an 11. Smith is -2. So 13 on an 8. Nope. Pushed it from a hit into an out. That's a fly ball to center, caught by Mickey Mantle to end the inning. 5 innings complete. Yankees 6, Indians 0. And now the Indians need a new reliever. They will go to Bob Feller. Feller, 13-3, a 3.09 ERA as a starter in 1954, but he did not make the 4-man rotation here, so he's coming out of the pen. Rated with a 13, and he is a right-hander. Feller, so far this season, 0-2 with a 3.86 ERA in 8 appearances. He's pitched 11 and 2/3 innings, given up 11 hits and 5 runs. He's looking to try to keep the Yankees at bay here in the 6th. 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up for the Yanks. Phil Rizzuto, who is 0 for 2 today. 46 is a 13. Feller gets things going by striking out Rizzuto. Here's Vic Raschi pitching a shutout through 5. He is 0 for 2 today. 25 is a 23. Hit back to the pitcher, Feller. Feller has a 2 rating, but that second roll is a 63. And so that means the ball's hit back to Feller. He knocks it down, picks it up, bobbles it, drops it, picks it up again, and throws over to first, but not in time to get Raschi. And that's going to be an error on Feller. So runner on with 1 out for Gil McDougald, who's 1 for 3. 22 is a 7. Let's just check. Feller's 13 minus 2. 15 on a 7. And that is hit in to right field. It falls in for a base hit. Vic Raschi's able to go from first to third on the play. Yankees scored 4 runs last inning. Looking to add to their total here. First and third, 1 out for Joe Collins, who's 1 for 2 with a walk. 61's a 41. And this could be interesting. Let's just look at McDougald's card for a moment. Let's look at Raschi's card for a moment. And okay, Raschi cannot steal, but McDougald can. And despite a 6-0 lead, Gil McDougald steals second base. That is his first stolen base of the season. So now runners on second and third with 1 out, and Indians are definitely bringing the infield in. All right, pitch to Collins. And does Feller have a modifier? Not one that will help. So Joe Collins with a blast to right field. It's back. It's deep. It's gone. Joe Collins with another 3-run home run. And that is now 9-0 Yankees. This is Joe Collins' 3rd home run of the season. Berra just hit a 3-run homer in the 5th. Collins adds a 3-run homer in the 6th, and the Yankees are running away with this one. Well, it's not been a good outing here in relief for Bob Feller. And there are still just 1 out here in the 6th. Here's Hank Bauer, who's 1 for 3. 65's a 35. Ground ball to the third baseman, Rosen. Throws over to first, 2 outs. Mickey Mantle's reached base safely all 3 times, a single, a double, and a walk. What does he do this time? A 15 is a 10, and 13, 12, 13, 14. And Mantle will put this one into center field. Larry Doby can't get to it, and that is Mickey Mantle's 3rd base hit of the day. Runner on first, 2 outs for Gene Woodling. 42 is a 14. Feller has the Z, ball 1, ball 2. 16 is a 28, hit to the shortstop, and Strickland will make the play to finally end the inning. But the Yankees score 3 more, and it's 9-0 going to the bottom of the 6th. Okay, for the Indians, 2-3-4 hitters, Bobby Avila, who is 0 for 2. Avila came in 3rd in the American League voting in 1954. 0 for 2 here today, and his day will continue to go poorly as this will just be a fly ball into right, caught by Hank Bauer for the first out. Larry Doby 1 for 2, one of the 2 Indian hits to this point. 35 is a 14, another walk issued by Vic Raschi. He's pitched well, but he has been wild. So here's Al Rosen, 1 for 2. He's got one of the 2 Indian hits. He has a double. And more bad news for the Indians as that 12 is a 25, and that's another routine grounder to Martin. And he flips it to Rizzuto, and the throw is on to first in time, double play. And that ends the 6th inning. That's what now, 3 double plays the Indians have hit into. One in the first, one in the second, and now one in the 6th. So Feller will come out for his second inning of work. Berra, Martin, Rizzuto coming under the plate. Yogi Berra's 3 for 3, single, double, home run. Just needs a triple to finish the cycle. 64, though, is a 13. Feller strikes out Berra, and Berra goes back to the dugout without success for the first time today. Here's Billy Martin, who's 0 for 3. 14's a 30. Fly ball to left. Caught for the second out. Phil Rizzuto's 0 for 3. 35 is a 39. We'll look on the rare play chart. 54 on a 39, just going to be strike one. 23 is a 12. Ground ball hits sharply right at the first baseman, though, Vic Wertz, and he will take it himself. And after a rough 6th inning, Bob Feller gets a 1-2-3 7th inning. 7th inning stretch. And now the bottom of the 7th. Wertz, Philly, Strickland coming up for the Indians. Vic Raschi still pitching a 2-hit shutout. Wertz is 0 for 1 with a walk. 14's a 30. Fly ball. Gene Woodling will run it down, make the catch in left field. Dave Philly, who is 0 for 2. 56 is a 34. There's a Y. Raschi strikes out Philly. 2 outs. It's George Strickland, who's 0 for 2. 34 is a 31. Makes contact, but a routine fly ball to center for Mickey Mantle. Another 1-2-3 inning for Vic Raschi. 9-0 Yankees as we go to the 8th. And here is Vic Raschi, who is 0 for 3, reached base on an error his last time up. 45 is a 14. Feller now is coming out for his 3rd inning. Walks Raschi to get things started. Gil McDougald is 2 for 4 today. 31's a 9. Feller's a 13. -2 is a 15. 15 on a 9 is going to be Gil McDougald's 3rd hit of the day. Raschi will stop at second. First and second, nobody out. Here's Joe Collins, 2 for 3, a 3-run home run in the 6th inning. 63-32, another drive to right. This one caught by Dave Philly for the first out. Bring up Hank Bauer, 1 for 4. '52's a 27. Hit to the shortstop, Strickland. Strickland's an 8. Second roll's a 46, fielding 2. And that is going to be ground ball to Strickland. Throws to Avila at second. On to first base to Wertz. Double play. So Feller gets out of that jam. Now we go to the bottom of the 8th. Indians still searching for a run, trailing by 9. Jim Hegan to lead off. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. 32's a 26. Ground ball to the second baseman, Billy Martin. So over to first for the first out. Here's Bob Feller, pitched 3 innings, and they will go find a pinch hitter for him. Why don't we go with Wally Westlake, 262 hitter in 1954. This season, he is 3 for 12, and 2 of his 3 hits have been triples. So Westlake will come on to pinch hit with 1 out. Raschi's pitch. Raschi's pitch is a 66. Raschi, no modifiers, and the shutout is over. Westlake blasts one over the left field wall. Home run, and now 9-1 Yankees. Wally Westlake, first home run of the season. 3 of his 4 hits have gone for extra bases. All right. Let the rally commence. Third hit of the day for the Indians. Now they trail by 8. Here's Al Smith, who has walked twice and flown out. 15 is an 8. Raschi is an 11. -2. 13 on an 8. Pushes that into out territory. Smith will fly out to Mantle in center field for the second out. Bobby Avila is 0 for 3. 36 is a 12. Ground ball to the first baseman Collins. That ends the inning. The Indians finally do get on the board on the Wally Westlake pinch hit home run. Indians need a new pitcher, and they will bring in Hal Newhouser. Newhouser, 7-2, a 2.51 ERA in 1954. He is rated as a 14, and he is a left-hander. So far this season, Newhouser, this is his 7th appearance. He is 0-0 with a 1.64 earned run average. He's pitched 11 innings, given up 3 hits and 2 runs. So we're in the 9th. He'll be facing the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Yankees. Mickey Mantle, who is 3 for 3 with a walk. One of those hits was a double. Can Mantle reach base for the 5th time today? 35 is a 14. Yes, he will. He will walk for the 2nd time. Gene Woodling's 1 for 4. He's driven in 2 runs. 44 is an 8. 14 and -4, so 18 on an 8 is going to be 29. Hit back to the pitcher. Newhouser is fielding 1. Second roll's 65, so that puts him it's a fielding 3. So slow roller back to the pitcher's mound. Newhouser rushes in, picks it up. Only play is to first. He does get the out. Mantle advances to second base. Or on second, 1 out. Yogi Berra, who is 3 for 4. Single double home run, then struck out. Still looking for that triple to get the cycle. Nope, 26 is a 27, and that is going to involve the third baseman, Rosen, who has a rating of 5. Second row is a 34, so looking at fielding 1. So hard hit ball at Rosen, and he's got it. He looks Mantle back to second and then throws over to first for the second out. So Mantle still on second, 2 outs for Billy Martin, who is 0 for 4. 31 is a 9. Newhouser's a 14. Martin's +1 against lefties. So 13 on a 9 is going to be, and that +1 by Martin pushes it from out to a hit. And so Billy Martin puts one up the middle. Strickland dives and can't get to it. It's into center field. And Mickey Mantle will go from second. They will wave him home. He will score. Billy Martin, RBI single, 10-1 Yankees. 14th hit of the game for New York. Runner at first, 2 outs for Rizzuto, who's 0 for 4. 22 is a 7. Let's see, 14 plus 2, drop him to 12. That'll be a base hit. Martin to go from first to third. Here is Vic Raschi, and they're going to let him hit because he's got a 10-1 lead, and see if he can throw a complete game here. When it rains, it pours. Vic Raschi was 0 for 12 at the start of the day. He was 0 for 15 heading into this at-bat. He rolls the 11, which is a 7. And 14 plus 2, a 12 on a 7. And that pushed it from out to a hit. So Vic Raschi will have an RBI single. Martin will score. Rizzuto will go to second. And Vic Raschi, with his first hit of the year, he drives in the 11th run of the game, 11-1 Yankees. Oof. All right. Kel McDougald's 3 for 5. Well, he add to his total here. Well, 36 is a 14, and no Z for Newhouser, so he walks McDougald to load the bases. Here is Joe Collins. Collins 2 for 4 with a 3-run home run back in the 6th. Trying to get out of this one. 33 is a 0. The Yankees might want to save some runs for their final series. They're in for a tough series for the last series of the season, though they will have the 2-game lead with 4 to play after this one. Collins will roll on his second column. He's already got 1 home run today. And Joe Collins with the 22 is another blast to right, and it's back, and it's deep, and it's gone. And Joe Collins, he already had a 3-run home run. Now he's got a grand slam. 15-1 Yankees. I'm pretty sure this is the highest scoring game I have done on YouTube of all the games I have done on YouTube. This might be the highest scoring game of all of Great Teams the past 4 seasons with 15 runs by a team. All right. And there's no sense in taking Newhouser out, even though he's given up 6 runs this inning. Surely he's going to get an out here at some point. Bauer's 1 for 5. 53 is a 16. This will involve the center fielder, Doby, who is fielding 3. And that 13 means we're looking at the fielding 1 chart. And so Bauer smashes one into center field, but Larry Doby's on his horse, and he will run it down to make a great catch to finally end the inning. But 6 more runs for the Yankees. Joe Collins with his second home run of the day. And we finally go to the bottom of the 9th. Vic Raschi will come out. He's given up just 1 hit, 1 run and 3 hits. He'll look to finish this one off. Middle of the order for the Indians, Doby, Rosen, and Wirtz coming to the plate. Raschi has given up a run, so he does now actually have fatigue. So he's lost a couple. Let's see, Q3. So he will actually lose some points now. He will drop. Actually, he will now be a 7 here in the 9th inning. So chance for the Indians to get some hits here. See if it happens or not. 42 is a 14. Raschi walks Doby. And about the only thing you can say about Raschi is that anything you could critique about his performance today is he's given up a bunch of walks. Hasn't hurt him to this point, though. Here's Al Rosen, 1 for 3 with a double. 62 is a 39. I'm going to ignore that because teams would not be stealing with down by 14 in the 9th inning. So we're going to re-roll this. And that'll be a good call for Cleveland as that 15's a 10. 7 -2 makes it a 9. A 9 on a 10 is going to be a base hit into center field. Larry Doby will go from first to third. And now, is Vic Raschi tiring? He just might be. A walk and a single here to start the ninth. But the Indians need 14 runs, so here's Vic Wertz, 0 for 2 with a walk. 31's a 14, ball 1, ball 2. 65's a 35. Popped up, foul territory, left side, caught by the third baseman, McDougald, for the first out. Dave Philly's 0 for 3. 42 is a 13. Raschi strikes out Philly. Yankees are 1 out away from winning this one. George Strickland, perhaps the league's worst hitter, 0 for 3 today. The pitch is a 24. It's a 13. Raschi strikes out Strickland, and that is the ball game. The 1953 New York Yankees put up 15 runs. They beat the Indians 15-1 to close out this series. They win 3 of 4 against the Indians. They improve their record to 19-9 and have a 2-game lead in the standings with 4 to play. For the Yanks, 15 runs on 17 hits, no errors. They left 6 runners on base. For the Indians, 1 run on 4 hits, 1 error. They left 6 runners on base. Player of the game, Joe Collins, 3 for 5, 2 home runs, 7 runs batted in. 3-run homer in the 6th, grand slam in the 9th. Mickey Mantle had a 3-hit day. Gil McDougald had a 3-hit day. Yogi Berra had a 3-hit day. All 9 players in the Yankee lineups had at least 1 hit. 5 hits of the 17 went for extra bases. Yogi Berra drove in 4 runs. He had a 3-run homer. Gene Woodling drove in a couple of runs. Vic Raschi, I'm sure this was probably his best start of the season. He will improve to 3-4 after 7 starts. 9 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Did issue 6 walks, and he struck out 6. For the Indians, just 4 hits, 2 of them from Al Rosen. He had a double. The only run of the Indians by pinch hitter Wally Westlake with a solo home run. And for the Indians, Art Houtteman, he will take the loss to fall to 3-3 on the season. 5 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 2 walks and 1 strikeout. Bob Feller pitched the next 3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. And then Hal Newhouser got lit up in the 9th, 1 inning, 4 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 0 strikeouts. So that is the end of week number 7 out of 8 for Great Teams of the Past, season number 4. You can head over to rogersportsgames.com if you want to see the box scores and recaps from game day number 28, as well as the rest of what's going on in this project. And because this is the end of week number 7, we'll also have the week number 7 recap up shortly. That will have the full standings and league leaders and more. So if you are interested in learning more about what's going on with this project, rogersportsgames.com for all of the information. So here are the matchups for week number 8. The Yankees, with their 2-game lead, they'll be facing the Dodgers, who are 3 games back. So the Yankees do actually have to play a tough opponent in the finale. The Braves, who are 2 games back, they'll be playing these Cleveland Indians, one of the teams that are now tied for last place after this loss here today. The Giants, 3 games back, they'll be playing the Phillies, one of the last place teams, and then the White Sox and Pirates will meet in the other series. That one is meaningless at this point. Both those teams have been eliminated. So there you have it. We will probably have uh, a video up for each game of week number 8 until we or at least probably each Yankee game of week number 8 until we have a champion, whether the Yankees, uh, win and clinch the title or somebody else comes back to, if the Yankees falter and if one of the other teams can come back and somehow pull off a pretty great comeback. We'll see how it plays out, but we'll probably do, at least one game for each game day on YouTube until we have a winner. So be on the lookout for that. We will do game 1 of the Yankees-Dodgers series certainly here in the near future. So that's what's coming up on the channel. We're also opening cards and doing some unboxings and some other things. So if you enjoy this kind of content, hopefully you will like and subscribe. I do appreciate you watching me here to the end of this one. Signing off from Cleveland Stadium, where the 1953 Yankees have beaten the 1954 Cleveland Indians 15-1, a blowout. Yankees on the verge of another title here in Great Teams of the Past. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.